the first year that we operated, 1974 it was, there was never a dull moment. It was so eventful. After we moved out of NJC, that was after term 1, we moved to University of Singapore, teaching in those Nissen huts, you know, which were this semicircular in design and made of metal, so it could be very, very hot on a sunny day. But on the plus side, it was beautiful, the scenery, it was sprawling, and the food was delicious. I remember having lunch every day with Miss Eleanor Wong and eating the delicious char siu rice there. But more seriously, it was very challenging having to start off as head of department with subjects under my charge such as general paper, literature, English as a second language. Of course, there were very capable subject heads in charge, and the challenge was for all of us to come up with a program, a scheme of work, to recommend resources for our library when we set it up. But through it all, I think one of my fondest memories are of the wonderful spirit of cooperation among students. For example, when we moved from the University of Singapore to our lovely premises, I remember how it was done. Students formed a human chain, moving the furniture from person to person until it reached its destination. Another memory I have of this wonderful cooperation was what our principal, Mr. Lim Nai Tien, called Gotong Royong, which is a Malay term meaning cooperation. And end of term, we would all wear shorts and then just wear short slippers and then just started cleaning the whole school, the entire school, from the canteen to the classroom. And that made us just feel a sense of togetherness. When I see Hwa Chong students today, I see that they're still wearing the same uniform that was designed 40 years ago. So it tells me that it is enduring, it has lasted, they must like it a lot. I have a few memories about how it started. When we moved to the Hwa Chong premises, of course, one of the first things to do was to come up with a uniform, and it came from the students. A few students submitted designs, but I remember very well the request they made. Please don't have a uniform with an epaulette, looking so military. That means, you know, a flap on the shoulder, an epaulette with a button. They said, we do not want that military design. So one of the students came up, in fact a few students came up with designs. The other aspect of it was that somehow they wanted monochrome. They wanted the same color for the bottoms and the top. And a few colors were provided for choice. But the funny thing was that finally they came to choose a very conservative color. Because bear in mind, NJC had gray, and so all the other colors were available for us to choose from. But in the end, they chose something quite dignified, quite conservative, and maybe that's why it's lasted so long.